As soon as I found it, I was very enthusiastic for it. I thought it was a very great innovation, very clever way of monitoring, because it's completely independent of the software on the machines. It can be applied to anything that has an electrical current going into it.
So Westley Plastics are a business based out in Birmingham, and they are a specialist in making plastics to go into wheels.
So we manufacture run-flat systems primarily for military and security vehicles.
They have the whole end-to-end process of, they do injection moulding of the plastics, their own formulation in-house. They then machine it and they sell it underneath their own brand name in complete tyre packages, which are shipped out the door.
We're under a lot of pressure at the moment to deliver quickly to our customers, trying to increase our output as a business. So for us, the challenge was always trying to understand how long the cycle times were when we could run multiple machines at the same time with one operator. And we basically were doing all that with pen and paper. And you've got a lot of processing time that's got to go in to get any meaningful data out. So what I was looking for was a solution that we could apply to all our machines. And a lot of the software I was finding would only work with a certain manufacturer or a certain type of machine. And that's when I came across FourJaw, which obviously can be applied to anything that requires electrical current.
We put some little devices in on each machine, and it was plug and play. It would work on all of his machinery, the old bits, the new bits, and everything in between, and that he gets started with a low commitment and a low cost.
Then we got it loaded up on one of our main sensors, just to understand what kind of data it would produce and how it would display that data. Once I found it, obviously I was a bit skeptical, because it just, it says we work on every machine and stuff, and I was like, well, we're going to give it a challenge here then, because there are some really old machines down there. But basically, I had the conversation with the guys at FourJaw. They explained how it worked, and then from there we started rolling it out across the factory then. What I like about FourJaw is it's designed to be a self-install system. So immediately we found some of the cycle times to be different to what we expected in terms of the time we had recorded. So we started to gain an understanding that one operator, if the cycle times are a certain length, can run two machines. You start to get a feel for who can run two machines effectively and people who can't. So then it's about training the people who can't to show them how to do it.
So what they did is they decided to engineer longer cycle times. And what this meant is that the machines could be running for triple the time in an automated way.
To see a pattern and to see trends within an 8-hour shift, let's say. I primarily use the timeline function. What that does is it gives you a nice green bar for when the machine's running and a grey bar for when it's not. So we have increased our output as a business without taking on much more labour. But what we're going to be doing going forward now is to use the utilisation reporting function to see if we can increase the amount of time the machines are on. If you've got machines out there, that any type of machine, I'm confident that the software and the facilities that FourJaw have got will work and give you data that you didn't know you needed.